Hey everybody, and welcome back to our debt-free farm challenge here on Bessie beneath our heading over to a fertilized contract. I know it's raining, but well, all we've got available to us at the moment. How is everybody doing tonight? We did have some other contracts available. We've got some seeding contracts. Not really looking forward to some seeding contracts. What's up, DJ Goham? How you doing tonight? Hey, Paul. I sent you a message. I don't know if you caught it on Discord, had a chance to look at it yet. Not really looking forward to doing any seeding contract at the moment. We don't want to spend money on seed. Don't have a seeder, so really just kind of want to focus on fertilize and harvest contracts. We'll really see us getting another $100,000 for the end of autumn. If we do, I know what field we want to buy, and that is the one over there by the PGA. Across the fence, land that we just bought. The silage bales will be ready the first day of late autumn. Okay. I kind of live in Discord. All the other social networks I don't really get. Every time I get off Facebook, I feel more depressed than when I got on it. Either depressed or just saddened at people. Alright, field 2. Where we need to be. Oh, complete opposites. I can't figure Facebook out. I've never sorted any sort of sort that makes any sense. Oh, okay. Yeah. I might have made an account last year. Maybe I made it this year. I don't really remember. It was probably last year when I was doing a bunch of mod videos. Then I basically got tired of trying to find mods. More importantly, try to find where the mods should have come from. After a year of doing mod videos, I kind of felt mod burned out. At any rate, I was seeing if you might be interested in a special multiplayer challenge. Going to start up in October. I think October is going to be a big month for announcements coming out of the channel. Okay. Well, we are coming up on 400 map videos between 17 and 19. In fact, it's kind of guessing. I wonder what map will be the 400. Published 186 for 19. We got 190, maybe 196, 90 something for 17. Thing about calling out the 200th Farm Sim 19 map, 400th total map, probably be different. 38. Fill up with fertilizer and get to. It's going to be a while before we hit 400. Unless the whole flood of maps shows up real quick. Early in Farm Sim 19, I would scour the internet looking for maps, and then scour the internet looking for where the real map was uploaded to and not reposted. Then that got time consuming. I decided I'll just take the easy way out and just focus on Mod Hub maps, or maps that folks just bring to my attention. The map today, somewhere in Canada, that was released over on Facebook, that was brought to my attention, so I took a look at it. Big thumbs up, and put the video out there. But yeah, done some map videos. Glad to see that the YouTube search engine is suggesting my content, right? What we like to see. We also did a, probably already know about it. We also did a version of UMRV. I guess it depends on how many Polish maps we get as to how fast we'll get to 200 and how fast we'll get to 400. Hey Jamberry, what's up? Oh, the rain has stopped. Nice. Really don't have anything better to do. Kind of like Polish maps. I think I like their They're usually smaller fields, and they usually have a ton of detail to them. Seem to favor smaller fields just personally because easier to work through. Don't feel like you're working the same field for days on end. Anybody that's watching, if not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're kind of pushing for 20K. Last I looked, we had about 28 more people we needed to do in order to hit 20K. Hey, Kenny, what's up? How is the weather down under? Sunday's going good for you. Yeah, almost there. Almost there. $20K is good, and then it's like 25. That's the next big one, right? So 21 in the US, channel can then drink. Oh, where would I rate this map? Gosh, I typically don't rate maps purposely. I don't know. I mean, to give it a number, I would say that I typically will not play a map if I don't like it. So I try very hard not to be bitten by the play the map because it's popular bug. Definitely don't play maps because I think it will drive views to the channel. If I did that, then we'd play a bunch of console maps. You know, console folks will go crazy over any map that is available on console. Nothing against console players, nothing against console maps. As interesting luck would have it, I haven't been drawn toward a console map for a very long time. I was really wanting to do a Polish console map for this challenge. I thought it'd be even more difficult because those fields are typically smaller, pay out a lot less. So, crank up the difficulty level, do a Polish map that pays out very little for contracts on a debt-free challenge where really the only way you can make money most of the year is contract. But I looked through a whole bunch of maps. None of them spoke to me. Narrowed it down to a couple English maps. This one and oh, there was another one that came out right around the time frame this one came out. I basically ended up picking this one because I could buy cow farm over here for a fairly affordable price. I really wanted to buy the pig farm down here, but with $500,000, I wasn't going to spend $100,000 on the pig farm, then have to buy some fields. And I really wanted to do the 500,000 starting money versus $1 million, 1.2 million. So ultimately, I ended up picking this map because it kind of fit the requirements that I wanted to set out for myself. Although the map is fun, the map is nice. I wish it had grass contracts. The Northern Coast, that came out. Funny, now that I'm doing this challenge, sometimes maps come out, I kind of think, how would they fit for this type of gameplay where you start with very little money and you don't take out any loan and everything. Hey Darren, what's up? So I guess, is NASCAR doing the same thing like where they basically have like this super short schedule? Bristol, Tennessee, or Virginia, depending on which side of the town you're on. So, Janberry, this is an interesting factoid. Bristol straddles the state line between Tennessee and Virginia. So there's a Bristol, Tennessee, there's a Bristol, Virginia. Depending on where you live in the town, depends on what state you are in. I don't know which state the racetrack is technically in. Short track, where bumping and grinding is basically mandatory. It's almost like Demolition Derby, except everyone's going the same direction. Yeah, it's an oval, so it's Bristol's a short track, so it's a whole new beast. It is small, and then you put 30 some cars on there, 40 some cars. It gets crowded real quick. And then you get to go around there like 500 times. Okay, I didn't think it was going to be this dark. time a little bit. Hey, GB Modding, what's up? How's the map being received over on the Mod Hub? I haven't looked recently. See how well the ratings are. Go back here to the biogas plant and see how close these bales are being to converting over. Also need to take care of our cows. What was that, Jamberry? What was that map Nick called? Was it 17? Oh, hey, Ramboy. So Rambo J, up. Oh. Remember doing multiplayer on a Polish map in 19. That map eventually came out in the Mod Hub years later. Oh, lucky you, got off work. Good to hear. I don't know if you were playing. Were you playing on Slovak Village? On multiplayer in 17? Because that's not Polish, I think. I know there was a group that played Slovak Village for a fair bit. Care of them. £910. That's your preferred roll, right? 2864. I have no real plans to sell them at this point. I'm going to get fatter. when we plan on selling them. First day of mid-spring. Oh, what kind of PC do I have? Well, it is an AMD system with a Ryzen 3900X CPU, which is 12 core, 24 thread, rocking 32 gigs of RAM, with a NVIDIA 2080 Super graphics card. Got a main OS is on a NVMe M2 drive. I've got games are installed on a SSD, and then I've got another 2 terabyte spinning disk for storing recorded video content and coded videos. Eight hours. Eight hours to go. Probably should have just taken straps off. I want to make use of this trailer. Put these over here. Hey Raz, what's up? Well, it starts out with knowing what your budget is, and if you're looking for something pre-built or build your own. If it's going to be used, what it's going to be used for, if it's going to be used for anything, if it's going to be mostly gaming, or if it's going to be used for other stuff. Hey Steven, what's up? Like, I got the CPU I got because I wanted more processing power for content creation than gaming. Otherwise, I could have just saved some bucks and went with a processor that had less cores, less threads. Pretty good. Chilling this evening. Hassel Zen's farmhouse to the dairy. Way over here. Okay. So if you are You don't need portability, and I wouldn't go for a laptop. Laptops will always cost more, less performance compared to a desktop system. You need a monitor. If you've got 0, you also got to think about a monitor. Thinking about a monitor, what size monitor do you want? What kind of resolution do you want to play at, work on? Most affordable monitors are going to be 1080p. For gaming, you're going to want something with a higher refresh rate, so something above 60 hertz. $4K will do you. Gaming at 4K is going to be a bit more demanding than gaming at 1080p by far. I've got a 1440p monitor. Sometimes people refer to it roughly as 2K. So right now is an interesting time to be thinking about building something because of the new graphics cards that are coming out. 380 got announced and released last week. It's basically 0 supply. There's a beast of a graphics card getting released this week. It's way overpriced. What I think most average Joes can afford. Not even worth thinking about. Now in October, going to be a more affordable new card come out, and then AMD is going to announce their new products in October. Am I going the wrong way? Oh, I missed my turn. So, quite frankly, I wouldn't buy anything until after the AMD announcement. It's going to be the end of October. Because I'd hate for someone to buy something now and then in 6 weeks discover that they could buy something in, let's say, another couple weeks. It's going to perform better at less money. So if you're going to do 1080p, I don't even need this. If you're going to do 1080p, then that opens it up quite a bit. And you could probably get a pretty decent card off the used market at the moment. As a bunch of folks are clearing house to buy the new stuff. You don't mind not having the new stuff, just having a generation older. Now, if you're looking for pre-built, then your options kind of get a little more narrow. There is a company called Origin PCs getting a big push recently. There's a company called NZXT, does pre-builts. Dell has pre-built gaming stuff, but you pay a lot for the brand name on that. .1. Really, you think people downrate a map because you can't use giant equipment? I mean, I get people will comment on a map about how, you know, they couldn't get through the roads, or they couldn't get turned around in the fields, or they couldn't use the cedar that they use on every map because it wouldn't take a 12-meter thing or something. And it's like, come on, people. You don't have to play every map that ever gets released. And you need to be a little bit thoughtful. Not every map is going to work with every bit of equipment. So that's the problem with pre-builts, is you pay someone else to build it. So there is going to be a markup. Pre-builts will always be more expensive than putting your own system together, but not everyone is comfortable putting your own system together, or not everyone feels that they're so mechanically inclined to be able to do that. And if all you're doing is gaming, then mid-level Ryzen CPU, 3600, 3600X, more than enough. 16 gigs of RAM. $3070 comes out in October at $499. It's going to be killer card. Anyone gaming at 1080. It's going to be a pretty good card for people at 1440. For the price, probably get a good used 2000 series card. Be great for 1080p gaming. Cyber Power. I don't know if they... I've seen them. I don't know if they have a U.S. presence. One option, depending on how kind of companies you have in the area, an option would be to keep the money in the local economy and seek out a local computer shop. Might have a PC build service, what kind of things they offer, depending on where you are. May not be that cost effective. Like here, this type of equipment is ludicrous to use on this map. For some reason, Mr. David Finkel wants me to use a Case Quad Track and a giant Seed Hawk, feed his Field 95 way down here. And in order to do that, I have to get through this road, which ain't gonna happen. So that contract's not going to be taken. So if we were at 8 hours, 8 a.m., 4 o'clock, we'll be able to sell those bales. There are other companies. I don't know if Best Buy will sell you a pre-built. There's a company, there's none around me, which really makes me jealous, but there's a company called Micro Center. Might be a Micro Center in Connecticut near you. They definitely have a computer build service. To go. We got plenty of time before we wash the tractor. We're going to wash it at 30 hours. Good to hear that the map doesn't have any real problems found. 2 hours to go. Earn a nice little profit off of that field. All of these bales came off of field 75. Bought for 102 grand. Next field, the next target is field 57. 153,000. Need about 90 grand in order to do that. That's where I don't think we're going to come up with 90 grand for the end of autumn. We have 3 days to come up with $90,000. Winter hits, the grass is gone. No, I'm in the States. Hey, GoldenEye, what's up? Oh, we need to pay attention. Not all bales are silage bales yet. Hey, Mark, what's up? I'm in Virginia. Grades are always good, right? Hold more crop, hopefully a bigger header, those fields faster. A little first-person fun. Come on, give me this bale. Oh. Bale of silage yet? Not yet. On it. Oh well. Hey KJ Wiggums, how you doing tonight? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Here we go. Double barrel. Ah, Little Bucks County. Hard to stay away, isn't it? You don't like the header collisions? Fine. Have full collisions on everything. Oh, what happened? Well, I know there's folks out there that won't play a map if it has collisions. There's other folks out there that won't play a map if there aren't collisions. So you'll make one group happy, one group sad. Well, more or less, you'll make one group absolutely mad because that's what we do nowadays. If it doesn't suit our satisfaction, then we just get fuming and mad because it is deliberate slight against us personally. Hey Bradley, what's up? Oh no, we're 50 grand. Oh, we lost a bale in there, didn't we? Volume is going down. Okay. So it'll vanish eventually. So let's wait until that's $42,000. What do we got? 42,000. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15 bales. Well, tree removal is tough in real life. Always the black sheep modding tree eraser. Right, the tree eraser will make tree work pretty quick. Head on over to Sleep Trigger, fast forward the night, come back and sell the rest of the bales. Oh, the infamous berry trees. I remember right, you're on console, right? Because on PC, you always have the luxury of just opening the map up in the editor and deleting the trees. But consoles, not so much. They're historic trees. So 6 Ashes has, of course, the placeable sleep trigger. Just so would love if Bessie Beneath had that, opposed to having the sleep trigger permanently embedded over here. $1,400 in biogas income. Not bad, not bad. Sawmill to farm. Take that while we're at it. It was Greenvale who I was thinking about that had the YouTube channel. Just one pallet. Can we do it? We pick this pallet up without looking. Oh, look at that action. Oh, nice. On our way, too. I really thought what are those? We're in here. What are those triggers down at the fishery? Oh, a bunch of triggers down at the fishery that didn't make sense to me. I didn't call them out in the map video. In the map video, it really didn't make any sense to me. Let's go make another $11,000 or so. Oh, you pre-ordered? You know, I wasn't thinking about pre-ordering a console, no. But I was thinking about consoles and if they were going to have the same problem. Folks trying to get the 3080 cards had in basically script bots, script kitties, basically hitting the retail channels to scarf up all of the consoles that were available for online sale, to turn them around and jack the prices up online through other retail methods. And quite frankly, I see that happening. I know there's lots of folks that say, well, I'll never pre-order because you don't know if things are going to live up to the hype. The way things are going nowadays with these little script kitty bots, you don't pre-order, you're probably not going to see it for who knows how many months after releases at a reasonable price. I think for some duration of time, the script kitties will just keep on scarfing up the available inventory fast as it can show up. Mostly the people that got the 3080s this last Thursday, the only reason they were successful is because they went to a physical retail store and bought physical stock. Problem is, there are enough that have to be first that just encourage this behavior. No one was willing to buy something for double or more than the retail cost just because they can't get it for retail. They're only encouraging the behavior. No one actually bought this stuff. It was marked up greater than retail. Well, then people would stop buying it and trying to flip it. Pick up a pallet with no problem. What's the deal? Oh, we're talking about the fiasco of the 3080s and the belief that the new consoles go on sale, that same thing will hold true for them. That whatever supply online outlets have, quite frankly, might get completely bought out by little script kiddies who intend to buy them just to flip them for more than retail. Lots of folks normally say, lots of folks don't pre-order electronics because they don't know if things are going to live up to the hype. Those that do pre-order might be the only ones that get it for within some reasonable amount of time. Fertilize, 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 sowing, sowing. All right, back to fertilizing. Welcome to the chat, GTX. Canada map does look pretty good. I really like the signage it has at all the sell points. To me, it makes it feel like it's a business, a real business with the sell point signage. Then there's, you know, there's pre-built farms, and then there is plenty of areas you can put your own in. $30. You know, it'd be nice is if Farm Sim had the waypoint system like SnowRunner. Now you can tag a sub point, give it a big green beam coming down from the sky. It'd be cool if you could have like a little waypoint system set up. Technically American. Alright, catch you later, GB Modding. Thanks for coming by. Always a pleasure. Oh, that would work. That would work. You know, like here. You know, and I've missed this turn off countless times, right? We're gonna come down here, we're gonna forget this. We're going to take the second turn. Then I got to remember to turn here. Countless times I just take this turn and keep on going and realize I'm over here somewhere. That, well, missed my turn. Guess there's a road there I didn't even know about. Yeah, so like click on a field and say tag this field. Then it just beams you somewhere. Center of the field, or beams you field edge or something. Maybe the map author could specify where the beam is, so it beams you to a field entry gate. We'll stop in about an hour. Or like, you know, the when you have a contract, a harvest contract, you get the little circle on your little mini map, and you know, kind of follow the circle. Having a little circle at the field for a contract, that'd be interesting. Right. I knew you got the hourly income. Here we got to turn here. You miss this turn, you keep on going. But when I hit F5, you know, F5, I see trigger boxes at the fishery. scattered around. I didn't know what those were. Maybe they were water triggers. Oh, we're your entertainment while eating, huh? Yeah. Go for about another 50 minutes. The transport missions put the dots, yellow dot, the orange dot, whatever color the dot is, and the red dot. You know, down there we've got the blinking blue dot for the great demand. Harvest contract, we'll put a circle, yellow circle, down in the mini map to show you where the delivery point is. Yeah, to be able to go to the map and like click, clickety click click. You know, on a big 4x map, might have a bunch of road intersections. You're like, okay, I need to turn here, 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 and here. Pony Express comes out every Tuesday and Thursday. Right now I've got a lot of Pony Express videos. Well, not a lot. Right now we've got probably another 2 weeks of Pony Express videos pre-done. And then in early October, we're going to be announcing something cool. At least I think it's going to be cool. We're going to do with the Pony Express series. That will coincide with when we hire our first driver in-game. Well, I mean, you've got that auto drive mod, which I never bothered with because avoiding driving around the map is not something I want to do. I have no problem with driving around the map. It's just getting lost. That I tend to do a lot. Anything that requires the map to be prepared would lessen adoption. I mean, if you look back at Farm Sim 17 when Seasons came out, really interesting. Seasons was hyped for months. Folks had, YouTube folks had, select YouTube folks had Seasons for months, showing it off, talking about it, using it. But when Seasons was released for the mod contest, only one map in the mod contest had bothered to prepare the map to work with Seasons. Everyone else completely ignored it. And then it took probably weeks or longer before any other map came out and had direct support for Seasons. You look at this Maze Plus stuff, okay? I'm not a big fan of Maze Plus. I think it just doesn't make sense to me. It just seems overly complicated. That's just me. So, to some degree, Maze Plus needs a map to be prepared for. And as a result, I think the adoption on it is a lot slower, because either one, adopted by folks that have the chops to edit a map to add it in, or it's only played on maps that have had it added in. Funny, there was a post over on the Seasons Slack a couple weeks ago where someone was talking about how Seasons should update to include support for all of the added crops of the Maze Plus stuff. And I commented in there, I was like, well, since Seasons had come out a full year or more for Maze Plus, why is it on Seasons to go back and rework their stuff, work with some new mod? Shouldn't it be on Maze Plus people to develop support for Seasons within their mod? They came after. Maze, it adds a whole bunch of extra silage things. Like it makes corn silage different than grass silage, different than, I don't know, a bunch of other silages. Also then comes out and they added like carrots and onions. And they did something with horses, like where you have to feed them carrots, part of their diet. Added a whole lot more complexity. Seasons came well before Straw Harvest, both in 17 and 19. Which is why it was interesting that Straw Harvest had all those incompatibilities with Seasons. Kind of indicates that no one ever tested it with Seasons. Of course, when you're making a mod, you're not necessarily concerned about every possible other mod that it could be played with. Thanks for the sub, Oliver. One closer to that 20,000 subs. If you're watching and you're not a subscriber, why on earth not? Kind of trying to make our way to 20K. Well, not really. So issue with the height type message. That's on not really on Giants. That's not on anyone's direct fault. The way I understand it is you can't modify the height type, which is defined in the map, other than being in the map. So it's not like you could make a mod that explicitly changes the height type, as I understand it. So it's up to the map author to define the number of height types, basically the number of tip to ground fill types that are allowed. Most that don't define it, it rolls back to the Giants' default, as I understand it, which is, I don't know how many, 30 or something, 32. So seasons added 3. Added snow, added salt, and they added semi-dry grass. Okay, so let's say the base game is 27. I don't know. So seasons added 3 takes you then to 32, 30. So then any mod that adds additional tip to ground would be coming pretty darn close. You only have, let's say, 2 left to going over that limit. So straw harvest added hay pellets, added straw pellets. Okay. 2. Did they add anything else? Molasses, but you can't tip the ground molasses. That's just it. Maybe seasons added to 31. I don't know. Base game is 26. Seasons added 3 to 29. Hey Caleb, what's up? But at any rate, the way I understand it is you can't change the height type definition quantity other than being at the map level. So no map author would have been aware of this issue unless they were explicitly testing straw harvest with seasons and encountered this issue. You run into the same thing if you want to turn on straw harvest and maize plus, or you want to turn on seasons and maize plus. So that's the fill type problem. Now, the other thing that straw harvest ran into is that they weren't really dealing with the semi-dry grass right, which caused problems when you tried to make pellets out of semi-dry grass. Basically wouldn't work. Straw harvest, even to this day, doesn't work well with PC maps that have things like alfalfa or straw bales like soybean straw or corn straw, because they don't look at the game map to see if there are any additional bale types defined. They're basically straw harvest balers are conceited, and they're like, I know everything there is to know, so don't tell me there's something else out there. So if you try to bale a crop type that's new, straw harvest says, no, I know better. This isn't an alfalfa bale. This is straw. I'm going to spit out a straw bale. Then the player playing on that map goes straight to the map author and says, your map is broken. Because every time I try to make an alfalfa bale, I get straw. And the map author was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Works fine. And you get a bunch of back and forth name calling. So eventually you realize that, no, you're trying to use straw harvest, and I'm not. You use straw harvest, it's broken. Since straw harvest is made by a group of modders that couldn't dare do anything wrong, it can't be their problem. It's almost like the millennial farmer paradox. So we figured out the straw harvest baler problem when we were testing PCS 101's Midtown USA, where we were having difficulty baling alfalfa. If we used base game balers, it worked. If we used the straw harvest balers, it didn't work. So it was like, oh, interesting, this doesn't work with been accused of taking too many shortcuts. I'm not going to drive through the hedge that lets me drive through it. I'll double back to the fence. Well, if it ever comes to console, Bradley, you'll be able to figure it out. Honestly, at this point, I really question if it will come out to console. And if it doesn't, it's a true shame that it was hyped so badly that it was going to be on console, and the promise is broken. Not saying I know anything, because I don't. I gotta wonder. Problem with it, if the big problem for console support is the little out-of-bounds gamery, and if they are so stuck to having it that way, then next thing you know, it's not available for console because console can't deal with the out-of-bounds deal. Quite frankly, just doesn't work. Looks awful on PC. Uses the heck out of players. Get stuck. You don't know why they don't have grass growing or any other foliage in the out-of-bounds. Guarantee you won't have snow in the winter out there. Other than that, I have absolutely no idea why it's not on console. I mean, there's nothing crazy going. Well, I guess there is the weird silo. So all of the silo controls might be a problem. Again, I think the silo is just overly complex, just to be overly complex. I say what you do is take No Man's Land and make your own MF map. Look it up on Google Earth, Google Maps. Farm where you want it. Use placeables to do as close of a representation as you can. carve out the fields based on Google Earth, whatever scale you want to scale it down to, and go to town, I say. Oh, $92,000. $60,000 to go before buy that field. I think we can actually earn 60 grand in one day. Bye-bye, buddy. Hey, Grizz, what's up? I don't know if I can earn 62 grand in one day. I don't think I can. That's a lot. Fill up. Speed up the clock. If we get the con. Oh no! I thought about coming in here and getting a drink, but this is a little extreme. Leave it to me to discover this doesn't have proper collisions everywhere. Well, Caleb, it's like, why not? So, like any other open world game, why not? We're going to do maintenance on this tractor when we hit 30 hours too. Ooh, 19 grand right there. Yeah, keeping track of the tires, tire marks, drawing those. To putting a marker on the mini map as to where your contract is, that would be cool. How many times have we taken out a contract and looked all over the map Where is this field at? Where's this field at? Now, what's fun is when you're making a bunch of back and forth, like a silage bunker, and you cross tire tracks that are deleting because they're at the end of the 400%. So you see your new tire tracks go down, and then you see beside you tire tracks being erased, if you will. It's always kind of fun. Oh, this is a field where we had a harvest time. And here by the mobile homes. I had another person comment that they thought the 45-meter working width was cheating for fertilized contracts, but it's like this is well within the parameters I set out. We're not using any vehicle or implement mods, using base game and DLC, a DLC spreader that has this functionality. I assume in real life can spread 45 meters. I have no idea, other than just the mod author didn't want to do it, didn't want to submit it for console. I see no reason why it wouldn't possibly be available, other than the mod author just not wanting to deal with it, which quite frankly is a real thing. I don't think I've been down here when these trailers have been lit up. I mean, obviously you could find the map author on Facebook and ask him, and probably he'd never respond to you. Yeah, I didn't understand how it was cheating. I mean, it uses product at a faster rate. Wider you spread. Technically, I'm using more product because I'm possibly overlapping, but I might not be. Yeah, I think the premise was I can burn through the contracts real quick. I could buy the big horse. What is that big sprayer? By the big Hardy Rubicon, 48 meters, spray everything. Hey, for stereo, thanks for the sub. Or another subscriber closer to that magical 20K. Watching and you haven't subbed, why not? Some odd reason, 2/3 of my views come from non-subs. Be a great time to subscribe and push us over that 20K mark. It's just people being people. And sometimes I ignore those comments. Other times I jab right back. Oh, nice. Right across the street. I mean, you know, I've got a goal. My goal is 153K. And I get 153K before autumn is over. I can bale up that grass. Make a little money back on my return, on my investment. Oops. I mean, I get it. I don't subscribe to every channel I watch with any regularity. Probably close out today, game day today on stream, and then we'll start up day 9 of late autumn on Tuesday. Yeah, sadly I'm subscribed to a bunch of channels that no longer put out any content. I don't want to unsubscribe from them just because they're not putting out any content. I don't think I put the horse pack in here. That technically qualifies. Go. Grade of fertilizer. That would be to make it more than 400%. I don't know. I'd have to go look. I mean, the stat is really just provided either channel-wide or video-specific. Oh. Like when you fill something that's heavy, see the suspension squatting down as the product goes in. So Jamberry should not set that to 400, or it would be 400, 100. $400 would be 40,000%. That might blow the game up. So Grizz, maybe that's why some people feel drawn to look at accidents along the road. Back. Turn off. I don't know, it might blow the game up. Might want to try just setting it to 9. Oh, it's getting dark. Jamberry wants to use this to trace the tire marks of the folks that drive in his fields on multiplayer servers. So he can follow the tire marks back to the source. I'll tell you, back when I was working on the family farm, we never needed our lights. It got dark to the point where we would think we needed our lights on. Well, that's probably, we shouldn't be out in the road. Definitely didn't do any field work at night. This one, and then we're going to call it for the night. 81. Oh, that's that pig farm. That's that field way back here in the pig farm. That's going to be a dark one. Now, as if our lights even work. Of course, that was back in the day, 30 plus years ago. You didn't have to have beacons flashing or hazard flashing. You didn't have to have working lights on trailers. No, we didn't bail at night. No, because we had a belt kicker on the baler. and we would never have been able to see where we were tossing the bales onto the wagon. Barns don't have the best lights, so you're lucky if you've got 2 or 3 100-watt light bulbs in a big barn. So when it got too dark to see in the barn, you pretty much stopped putting up hay. Different story if you're big giant square bales or round bales working the hay all day long and just be sitting in a tractor. All right. 81. Dark. Kind of guess. I know y'all can't see much. I really can't see much. I'm gonna guess. No, we didn't pick him up. We had a belt kicker, a New Holland baler. So you would know when the bale was about to come out because you'd start seeing little bits of hay start getting spit out of the kicker area. Then next thing you know, thump, bale would spit out, kind of like a baseball pitching machine. Then that was on hydraulics. Turn it left and right, kind of aim it a little bit. It would toss the bale back into a wagon that was being pulled behind the baler. There. Ran out of product. Heck on it. Oh, 95%. Alright guys, well, drive up to the shop and that's where we'll end it for the day. More driving by memory than by sight. It'll just be even darker by the time I get back down here. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming out and watching tonight. I don't have anything in store for tomorrow. I know of. Monday we'll be back on South Island Farm with a video. Tuesday we'll be having the Pony Express American Truck Simulator video and a SnowRunner video over on base Russia map. Also be back here streaming on Tuesday night. Debt-Free Farm Challenge. Now, one thing that we might have tomorrow is might be putting out a video announcing something very special that is going to be kicking off soon. That the channel is going to be sponsoring. I don't know if I'm going to get that video done tomorrow or next week. That'll be posted, and I think folks are going to find that exciting. I don't want to give it too much away. Until next time, happy farming.